Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylee and today we are back on Mistletoe, our blue Christmas and winter citycore island. Today we have a two-part build that will be right below this bridge that we made in the last video, so let's just get right into the building. Alright, so the plan for today's build is to have first a small villager neighborhood with just 2 villagers in this front area, and then behind the houses where this other road is, we will have a small sitting area in this spot, and then next to that we'll have the museum. Today, when this video is being posted, it is officially 1 week till Thanksgiving here in the US, and I still can't believe it. I swear this year has flown by, especially this time of year. It feels like the days are going in double speed, and I don't know if it's because it's near the holidays and there's just a lot of stuff going on, so it makes it seem like it goes by faster, but I swear it was just Halloween like yesterday, and now it's basically Thanksgiving. I am pretty excited for Thanksgiving though. I think I mentioned it in another one of my speed build videos, but for Thanksgiving and most of the other larger holidays around the year, we basically get double holidays. So this year for Thanksgiving, on the actual holiday, we will be celebrating Thanksgiving with my husband's family, and then Black Friday will be the Thanksgiving celebration with my side of the family. I don't know if we're making anything for dinner at my in-laws' house, but we are hosting my side of the family on Black Friday, so we are in charge of the turkey this year. And last year we also made the turkey for my side of the family, and when I say we made the turkey, I actually mean my husband made the turkey because I didn't do anything other than just watch him do it. But we got one of those oilless fryers last year, the Charbroil Big Easy, and I think that's what it's called, and it made the best tasting turkey that I've ever had. I'm usually not a big turkey person. Typically on Thanksgiving I'd grab like a small piece of turkey, even if like sometimes I probably wouldn't have grabbed any turkey, and then I just load up on ham. But this turkey last year was amazing, so I'm definitely looking forward to it again this year, even though I know Colin isn't actually looking forward to cooking it. But I basically convinced him to do it again this year because of how well it turned out last year. I was like, please, I need this good tasting turkey for once in my life. But I will be in charge of a few of the cooking items, but mainly just side dishes, one of which is the green bean casserole, which I know is kind of a meme for white people on Thanksgiving to have like a bunch of casseroles, but let me tell you, I love a good green bean casserole. Also, one of my sister-in-laws always makes this ricey, cheesy broccoli casserole, and it's one of the main dishes that I look forward to on Thanksgiving because it's like the one time of year I get to eat this delicious creation. It's an interesting combination of foods because it also has like water chestnuts in it, which seems really odd, but I am telling you that this is actually an amazing dish. And speaking of Thanksgiving, this randomly brought a memory back into my brain, but when I was 18, I worked at a sports grill bar type restaurant as a hostess, and for Thanksgiving as an employee, you could sign up for a free turkey, so I did because why not? It's a free turkey, like of course I'm gonna take one. And I remember the night that I got the turkey, I was on the closing shift, so it was already pretty late by the time I was leaving the restaurant. And when I left, I got in the car and I put the turkey in the passenger seat and like strapped it in with like the seatbelt and everything. And on the way home, I got pulled over because one of my headlights was out, and apparently that's illegal or something, which this was the first time I had ever been pulled over, and I was terrified. And something to know about me is that I do not like getting in trouble, and I was crying because I was just so scared to get pulled over, and I had just turned 18 a few months prior and I had never gotten into any like legal trouble before. But I remember sitting in my car on the side of the road just crying with a weird frozen turkey in the front seat next to me, just strapped in like a human. I mean, this cop was probably super confused, like what the heck is going on? But they were actually really nice and they let me off with a warning. But yeah, that's a fun turkey story, I guess. And then almost exactly a month after Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, which is probably tied for my favorite holiday. It's between Christmas and Halloween. I just love the Christmas time of year, even though I live in Florida, so we never have had like a white Christmas, which is something that is actually on my bucket list. And that probably sounds crazy to you if you live up north where it actually like snows for Christmas, but I just really want a snowy Christmas. It just seems so magical. And I've lived in Florida for every Christmas of my life, so there hasn't even ever been a chance of seeing snow on Christmas. I feel like the snow on Christmas would just add another layer of like magic to the holiday. And again, for those of you that like are used to snow, are probably thinking that it's not very magical, but let us southern warm climate people have their dreams of a perfect snowy Christmas. I mean, even Thanksgiving this year, the high is supposed to be 72, which is actually a pretty nice temperature, but definitely not the weather that I remember having as a kid. I remember having to wear long sleeves on Thanksgiving growing up, and now, thanks to global warming, I can still wear my shorts and flip-flops, and that does make me wonder how cold it will be for Christmas this year, actually. Also, for Christmas, we need to get a new Christmas tree because we had a fake Christmas tree that we've been using for a few years now. I think I got it when I moved out of my parents' house and had an apartment all to myself. I needed a tree, so I just got one on like a random Black Friday. But sadly, ours did die last year, so we do need to get a new one. Plus, I want to get one for my office because right now my office is basically set up of 2 desks on either side of the office. One is for like my 9 to 5 job where I do all my normal work, and then I have one that is for gaming and making like videos and everything. And then on the other wall I have my 2 big shelves full of Squishmallows. And I did decide that I am going to downsize my Squishmallow collection because right now I have right around 300 Squishmallows, and it's honestly just taking up so much room in my office. And I've decided that I want to set up a cute little corner in my office with like a couch and just decorate it cutely, because one of the downsides of living with a man is that sometimes they don't want to have a cutesy pastel themed living room, which honestly I do understand. But for some reason, I've been really craving this like pastel eclectic decorating style. Like I've seen it all over Pinterest and all over TikTok. People having cute little decor pieces with squiggly lines and little strawberries and things like that. So I decided I still do want that style somewhere in the house. So I've decided to do it in my office. When I had first told my husband about wanting to redecorate our living room for that theme, he immediately said no and said that I could do it in our other small living room area. But the issue is that our house is pretty much an open floor plan, and these 2 living rooms are like right next to each other basically. So I feel like to have 2 different areas that are like so differently decorated and different color palettes would just be a little weird. Because right now our living rooms are kind of mid-century with greens and oranges. So like right next to a bunch of greens and oranges to have light blues and light pinks, I think that would just look a little weird. So instead, I'm just going to decorate my office to be a little girly themed cave, like a man cave but cuter. For this, I want to get rid of my 2 big shelves of Squishmallows so I could put the couch and like a little setup over on that wall. And then I'll probably just combine my work area and my Animal Crossing desk into one desk and just flip between the 2 when I need to. That way there's plenty of room for the cute little couch in the setup area, and my whole office just isn't made up of like 2 desks, which is kind of boring right now. But I started this big office rant because I want to put a Christmas tree in my office. And I've been thinking of getting a pink or a white tree because our normal living room tree is going to be a green one that's supposed to look like a real tree. But for my office, I want one to be a little funkier and more fun. And honestly, I feel like this is growth because 1, I never used to like differently colored trees. I used to think that they were tacky, but now I think they're just super fun and cute. And 2, when I grew up, I used to strongly dislike the color pink and most things that you would consider to be girly. And I was a tomboy growing up. Like I loved playing outside all the time and played with toys that you most would think of like being boy toys, which is not really a thing, but you know what I mean. And then when I was in middle school and high school, I got into like rock music and just thought pink was too soft and girly. And I think my thinking like this is honestly a little bit of internal misogyny, like not wanting to be like other girls and thinking I was cool because I didn't like pink, even though I danced in middle school and high school, which again is like a stereotypically like girls activity. But now I've grown past that and I'm okay with liking the color pink and liking things that are stereotypically girly and not being ashamed of that. And something similarly, I feel like I've always been a little bit nervous to express myself fully, whether it being stemmed from past experiences and encounters where I did try to express myself and I got pushed back from like family or other people in my life, or that I'm just generally like kind of a shy person when it comes to being myself around other people. I'm definitely one of those people that comes out of their shell once you get to know me more, and then you get to know my true self, which is this weird little demon creature type person. But I think wanting to have a cutesy little office is also me accepting myself to be able to express myself and things that I like and not being ashamed of it. And I definitely think you all have helped me with that, especially on streams as well. This is kind of like a small example, but I love wearing fun colored makeup and doing unique looks with it. But most of the time I try to wear more toned down makeup, like more neutral colors with maybe like a small pop of color. And this is because I don't want like too much attention on myself because I have like fun makeup on. But a few times on streams I've worn my colorful and fun makeup, and all of you had made comments of how you like it, and that just has helped me feel more comfortable doing it more and just being okay with being myself, especially on stream in front of like a bunch of people that I don't really know in real life. And just like the thought of being yourself and your people will come is kind of like the deal here. So yeah, thank you all for letting me express who I really am. But yeah, all of that from wanting a pink Christmas tree in my office. But going back and talking about Squishmallows for a second, I do plan to sell some of them on Mercari in order to downsize my collection. So if any of you would be interested, I can definitely share the links to my Mercari storefront if you're looking for Squishmallows, and if you just tell me that you're coming from my channel, I'll give you like a small little discount and stuff like that. But I do want to downsize my collection, and my plan for this is to fill a box with the ones that I truly love and just keep a small collection, because there are definitely some that I want to keep for sure. Like for instance, I just got 2 more in the mail like earlier this week, and one of them is the Bigfoot clown that just came out, and one of them is like the normal clown, and they are just so perfect and I could not imagine getting rid of them already. So I definitely want to keep those, and then there are a few others that I definitely want to keep. Like my favorites are like Avery and Gordon, so I'll definitely keep some of those and some of the cuter ones. But there are some that I wouldn't feel horrible about letting go, so I definitely will say goodbye to some of them. So yeah, just let me know if you're interested and I can post my Mercari links for you all. We are, however, coming up on the end of the video. This was a pretty large area on the island. Basically, we took up the whole back right corner of this map, and that area is pretty much finished. I just need to figure out what I want to do with the area right next to the beach, since that area is pretty empty right now. But we managed to squeeze 2 villager homes and the museum back here, and I do plan on decorating around all of the in-game buildings on this island, so stay tuned for Nook's Cranny and Abel's coming out sometime in the future. But for now, let's take a look at the final build. But that's going to be the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching. Before you leave, make sure to give the video a like, comment, and to subscribe to the channel. And if you watched to the end of the video, let me know what you're looking forward to buying on Black Friday if you're buying anything at all. And I will see you all on the next video. Bye, friends!